So lesson 5, right? I'll do lesson 5. Meanwhile, okay. And all of you know, please turn on your cameras and leave them on so that people at Hayakawa will know you're all there. Okay. Please turn on your cameras and leave them on. So lesson 5, Tanjobi Omedeto. Okay. Birthday greetings, birthday wishes. Omedeto gozaimasu, we say, no? O Tanjobi. O means your birthday. O Tanjobi omedeto gozaimasu. That's how you wish people. So in the box, Kyo wa nannichi desu ka? So you have seen Nichi. So Nichi means date. Okay. Nichi means date. Surya-san, you turn on your cameras, no? I think you're there. So now kanjis have got how many? Nichi, he, ka. Okay, jitsu. So jitsu is there, we'll see. But you've seen 3 readings. Okay, now when you read them, how will you read? Kyo wa nan nichi desu ka? Okay, you got it's called furigana. Okay, you can see the reading in hiragana to help you. This is called furigana. Okay, and now you know nan nichi desu ka? So suppose you were to read something like this and say nan nichi desu ka means what? What date is it? What date is it? Today. Kyo means today. Kyo is today. Kyo wa nan nichi desu ka? Today, what is the date? Today, what is the date? Okay. Next. Kyo wa gogatsu. Another thing. I forgot to tell you this. See, when you say the date, okay, when you write the date or when you say the date, it's always done this way. Year first, month next, and then date. After which comes day. Okay. Year, month, date. That is the only order. You can't change that order. You can't write the date first, like we do. No. Now it's done in any way. Okay. But you're not supposed to do it in Japan. Why? There is something called the hierarchy. Everything has got a hierarchy. Hierarchical values. Year is bigger than the month. Month is bigger than the date. So what is bigger should come first. So year, month, date. Please do not write month, year, and month, date, year, month, date, or date, month, year, and all that. Don't do that. Year, month, date. YMD. And after which, if you have to say the day, you say the day. You normally don't say the day. So that is it. So Kyowa today wa.
Sensei,
Yes.
do we have to mention the kanji after that? If it is 2024 means
Yeah,
we have to
definitely.
mention kanji, right?
Yes, yes. You have got that number. Otherwise, the number will be taken for a number only. What number is it? If it is people, then you got to use the people kanji.
So in India, we don't mention like that.
We
That's why
don't.
I asked it.
India,
Yeah.
we don't mention all that. India is not necessary, but there you got to.
Okay. Oh, thanks.
When we were in school, so we get maths, right? We get an answer. We just say right number. You got to say what number it is. Okay. So we used to get scolded, when we just write the name, see answer, right? You'll have to write what it is, no? You got to write what it is, inches or centimeters. You got to write after the number. Something like that. In Japan, you got to be very specific. So Kyowa Gogatsu. Gatsu is kanji there. Gogatsu Itsuka desu. Now Itsuka is fifth. Itsuka fifth. You know that, no? I told you. Suitachi, Utsuka, Mikka, Yokka, Itsuka, Muika, Nanoka, Yoka, Kokonoka, Toka. Didn't I? I remember telling you this. So, Gogatsu Itsuka desu. So, 5th May, we say 5th May. There it is May 5th. Okay. So, Kyoba Gogatsu Itsuka desu. Next, Onna. You know Onna, right? Onna no ko also you know. Onna no ko no hi. Now come see the kanji. The sun kanji has got the sound he. He is day. He, day. Nichi and ka, date. He, day. So, onna no ko no hi wa itsu desu ka. What is the meaning of itsu? Itsu means when. Itsu, when. See here, you're learning new words. All these words you can use. Not you can use, you should use. Itsu desu ka? When is it? So, onna no ko no hi wa itsu desu ka? Itsu desu ka?
Sensei, sorry, Sensei, I joined.
Please ask me.
I joined 4 minutes late. Like, what are we looking at, Sensei?
Which one?
Currently, we are looking at lesson 5 exercise.
Lesson 5, it's on page 34. In the box. In the box. Okay.
Okay, Sensei.
Okay, since you just joined, no? So, kyo wa nan nichi desu ka? Today, what is the date? Kyo wa 5月5日です. Today, it is May 5th. Onna no ko, girl child. No, he. Now you see he is day. Girl child's day. Wa itsu desu ka? When is it? Next you see, nanyobi desu ka? Nanyobi means yobi is day of the week. What day of the week is it? Nanyobi desu ka? So what day is it? What day of the week is it? Getsuyobi desu. Getsuyobi, Monday. Desu. See, wherever you have day, no, Monday, you have he. Date is Nichi and Ka. Correct? So Getsuyobi desu. It is Monday. Nanyobi desu ka? What day of the week is it? Getsuyobi desu. It is Monday. Oyasumi. Yasumi. Now this kanji. Did you see the video I sent? Last video I sent?
Yes,
Yes
sensei.
or
Yes,
no?
Sensei.
Yes. Because this kanji, I have talked about this kanji, all the kanjis. Now this kanji means rest. Yasumi,
Rest.
rest. So, oh Yasumi means your holiday. Why that? Where's it your holiday? Yeah, I'm not saying anatano Yasumi. When I speak to you, I have to give you the respect. The listener has to be respected. So I'm saying, I don't say anata. Please don't use anata. So you say, oh Yasumi, like oh namae, your name. So, oh Yasumi, your holiday. Wa nanyobi desu ka? What day of the week is it? Your holiday, what day of the week is it? Now, Yasumi, no, that's what I always used to say. I'm not talking of the Japanese now because I don't know. Okay, things could have changed because the problem is turning Western, right? The whole problem is there. It's good if they turn Eastern, the West turns East. But the problem is we happen to think there's something in the West and then we turn West. The whole problem is that. Earlier, Japanese used to always work. Okay. Of course, that also an extreme is bad. But anyway, they knew what work was. They built the country, their nation that way, by working. They worked so much, and it is not just after the war, even before the war, that is during Meiji time, after 200 years of isolation, nothing happened, isolation. Then what happened was they opened out and they built. How did they build the country? In 20 years, they became such a superpower then. After the war, they were destroyed, totally destroyed, completely destroyed. Then they built the country. How? Work. So Japanese work like that. They used to, because I'm talking of them, what they are now. So they used to work. Something, if they get tired, what they do is they change the work. That's the thing. Now they are working, they work and they grow tired. What they do is they don't take rest. They do some other work. Okay. That is how they were. And rest, Yasumi, is a word for rest. And they understand the meaning better than us. It takes time for us to understand. There's one word, Yasumi, understood. It means rest. And what is it? It can be a small break. Small break. The break I give you, that is Yasumi. It can be a holiday, like, weekends and all that, Saturday, Sunday. That is also rest. It can be a month's vacation. That is also rest. Yasumi. Everything is Yasumi. Understood? So, Yasumi can be a small break, a big vacation. Now, what is Yasumi? Yasumi is a time when you don't work. So, you have to be a Japanese to understand that. When they don't work, it is Yasumi. Okay. Now, O Yasumi. So, that kanji is Yasumi. Yasumi. O Yasumi wa nanyobi desu ka? What day of the week is it? O Yasumi wa nanyobi desu ka? Your holiday, what day of the week is it? Now, before I go to the lesson, I want you to go to page 38 and see the kanji for Yasumi. Now, see this. Japanese had a language, they spoke a language. They used a language, they spoke a language. Then these kanjis came. Okay, so what did they read and write? They read and write. The people who read and wrote, not everyone read and wrote. The people who read and wrote were very few. I mean, the top, the elite, who had a lot of time, or people who were in the administrative, services, or in the religious services. They read and wrote Chinese, but then they spoke a language. The language was spoken there too. The commoners, the people, they spoke a language that is Japanese. Now, to write the language, what did they do? They had to write it some way. So, you see, sun, moon, Tsuki, right? Just to say Tsuki. And fire was he. Fire is he. And water is Mizu. Now, suppose you ask for water, you don't ask, you ask for Mizu. So you drink Mizu. And this is what Japanese said even before they knew that it could be written. Mizu could be written. Okay. Now, they could write it using kanas. Mizu, fine. But then a kanji came from there, from wherever it came, or whenever it came. The kanji came from outside, right? And it brought a sound also. It brought a sound also with it. And that sound was sui for mizu. So why I'm saying taking mizu is because you will understand that better. Because mizu is something that you all have. Probably even now you have a bottle of that on your by you. Okay, beside you. Now, mizu. It came with a sound. The kanji came with a sound, sui. Is it the sound that is used in China now? No. It's totally different. But this was a sound Japanese have taken. Sui. So the kanji came with sui, or it brought sui with it. But they had a sound, they called mizu, water, mizu. So, I told you kanjis are for meanings. Remember this, always remember this. Kanjis are there for the meaning, not for anything else. So that kanji that you see is water, I told. So what happened was, they called water mizu. And this kanji was used to write mizu also. Right now you go anywhere in Japan, if you have to see water, right? Here what happens? Here you have a tap and, you go to a railway station and your platform, you see a tap and so you know where to go for water. There what happens is you have this kanji. And everyone in Japan knows it. You don't have to have pictures and all that. So this is there. So this kanji means mizu, that is water. And it came with a side, brought a sound, si. So both these sounds are used for the kanji. Now you'll ask me, where do you use mizu? Where do you read it as mizu? Where do you read it as si? I'll tell you something. You will read it as mizu if it means water. But if it has anything to do with water, you have compound words like water charges. You have a compound word in English, no? Water charges, water rate, or water line.
Water line.
I have told this in the
Video.
Yeah, water line. So all this you have this sound being used. So you could call it the sound a Chinese sound, you could call it the Japanese sound. Think of it that way. Okay. So the Chinese sound is sui and the Japanese sound is mizu. Now, the Chinese sound, how do they call it? They term it as kun onyo. On means sound. And the Japanese sound is kunyomi. The kun kanji is instruction. That kind. Anyway, so let us see Chinese sound and Japanese sound. Let us take it. Now, in compound words, you see onyomi. Not that you don't have the other compound like Chinese, no, Japanese words compound. No, compound words you don't. It's not that it's not there. That's also there, but a great many are this Chinese compound sound. That is Chinese sound compounds. And Japanese, are so good at making term words. So what they have done is they have made plenty of words using these kanjis and using the Chinese sounds. They made many words and sent it to China, exported it to China. Also, a lot of legal terms, this technical terms, economic, terms and all that. All this trade, commerce, all these, there are so many jargons, right? So all those are compound words. These people have coined and then sent it to China. Okay. But do the Chinese read it like that? No, they read it with their sounds. They have a kanji, right? They have kanji, and those kanji sometimes won't look like this. There'll be some small difference, but they know this is the kanji. So what happens is they change that kanji is also different. The sound is also different there, but it is Japanese who have coined those words. So Japanese, that's again another thing. There is a big problem too. They coin plenty of words. It's so easy. So this kanjis have helped them make many words. So many words. Like, I was just reading something like, they say there's a dictionary, a Japanese dictionary. This is what I've read here. I was reading. It has about the vocabulary 7 lakh words. How did all this come? Because of this. So that is also there. Now, I want to tell you something else. So, you got 2 sounds. What is a convention? How do you know this is this sound and that is that sound? How do you know? So, in a dictionary, in any word list, any listing and all that, in dictionaries, you have the sounds which have come with the kanji, from the Chinese sounds are given in katakana. And the Japanese sounds are given in hiragana. That is the convention. Now, if you ask me why, I know. I just can't tell you. And it is not a good question to ask also. Then it is like, asking why for everything. So this is there. So the convention, this is the convention. They could have had a convention saying that the Chinese sounds will be written in hiragana and Japanese sounds will be written in katakana. But this is a convention. The convention is the sounds which came with the kanji, the Chinese sounds are written in katakana and the Japanese sounds are written in hiragana. That is one thing. Then another thing you should know, you will see that Yasunu kanji. When I saw that, I wanted to tell you this. See that Yasun, the last kanji. Now here, which is a Chinese sound? There are 3 sound readings. Which is the Chinese reading for the kanji?
You.
Q. And the Japanese reading is Yasunu. That is a verb. I told you to write, no, verb. Yasumi is a noun. Yasumu is a verb. Yasumi is a noun. Now look. The kanji came with a sound Q. No problem. It came with that. But this was given to a Japanese word. Okay. That is Yasumu. Yasumu. Now, will it, the thing is, it's like this. The script is from somewhere. And you give it to your word, some word in your language. You cannot have a perfect fit. It is like this. My shirt, if you wear, my shirt, if you wear, it could be long, it could be bigger for you, it could be very loose, or it could be very tight. It won't be a proper fit. The sleeve would be short, the sleeve would be long. Things will stick out. So you won't have a proper fit. So a kanji given for these words, a Japanese words, the script is from some other language. Given to these words, what happens? There are things which will stick out. And things which stick out, how do you write? You can't give the kanji for that. You can't write that using kanjis. Kanjis can be used for the main part of that word. And the endings will be in hiragana, which is why I told you hiragana is used for grammar endings. I remember telling you this. Now look, yasumu, which is the part that doesn't change?
Yes, sir.
Yasu. So the kanji is given for that, because finally you'll have to tell what it is. Rest. So yasu and mu, that is written in hiragana. That is the grammar ending. And see that the next word, yasumi. Now there what happened? Mu, it is mu when it is a verb, and me when it is a noun. So me is written in hiragana, mu is written in hiragana. That yasu, the unchanging part, the part which doesn't change, they write it using kanas. So hereafter you will see that the kanji will be there for the word itself, for you to understand what it is, for the meaning. And words can change, like adjectives can change, nouns, you have nouns, verbs, adverbs, all these change, So the unchanging part is written in hiragana, and these are all endings, grammar endings, and the part which doesn't change will be written in kanji. Okay, so which is why I told you, I remember telling you this. Suppose you buy any, suppose you buy clothes or, nowadays it happens, right? Now, if you go to Decathlon and buy anything there, you can see plenty of tags, okay, instructions, all that you find. You buy a t-shirt there, you see. If you buy shoes there, you see. Plenty of instructions, even a towel. And it will be there in so many languages. And you will see, how will you know which is Chinese? You will know it. Korean you can easily make out. How do you know if it is Chinese or Japanese? Look for hiragana. If you see hiragana there, kanjis, you see hiragana, the Chinese characters, hiragana, you see katakana, then that is Japanese. Sometimes you'll see English also. That is Japanese. Okay. So grammar endings. Why I had to say this was, later, whenever you say, you'll ask me, what is this mu? Why is it there in brackets? It is not in brackets. You don't write it in brackets. You don't use brackets, understood? This me is it's shown in brackets here for you to understand, that's all. You will never see this later. In the lesson also you will not see it. You see the lesson, it is not there. Okay. See that. Oh Yasumi, the last line in the box. Oh
Sensei?
Yasumi, your holiday.
Sensei?
Hmm?
Here that Sui is written in katakana form, right? So when
Where you are saying Sumi is in katakana? Where?
Sui, that water,
Yasu,
yes,
where do you say it is in katakana? I can't understand. Which one?
water,
That is Mizu, not Sumi. Mizu.
before Mizu, there is another word, right?
Sui.
Sui, yeah. So
That's a Chinese sound.
that is written in katakana form,
Yeah, it
right?
is written in katakana.
So suppose if you are write water line, if you mention any water line, no, we have to written in katakana form or hiragana form. Right?
Oh, you have to write only the kanji.
Okay, kanji only.
You don't write it in katakana, never.
Okay,
You write only. See, this is only there to tell you this sound is in Japanese a Chinese sound. In dictionaries and all, you will find this. But you will never write this in. You will not write this in katakana. You will use the kanji. Water line is sui do. Do is a kanji. That's another kanji. And if you are writing anything in Japanese, you will write only hiragana because they are writing Japanese. Understand that. In what language, what script will you write Japanese? What script do you use to write Japanese?
hiragana.
Hiragana only you write. Even if you are writing sui do, you write it only in hiragana. But this is there only for you to understand that the sound is okay. Don't write it in katakana, okay, please. Don't write it in katakana. Katakana is there. I told you for what katakana is used. To write those words which have come into Japanese from some other language. The origin is some other. Then you write katakana. Okay. Like suppose you say soup. Soup is not a Japanese word. So you write that in spoon. You write that in pen. All that in katakana. Okay. So please, so mizu is water. So water line, you write that in. If you are writing it in hiragana, you write it in If you are writing it in, if you are not using the kanji, you will use only hiragana. Please, because that is Japanese you are writing. Understood? Suido is a Japanese word. Only thing is, the kanji which is used, they use that sound to read that sound. When you read it that way. Okay. Okay. I hope that is clear now for you now, because suddenly I got confused. What you were trying to say, I didn't know. Yeah, use that sui, no? You asked me when sui do, suppose I say sui do, how will I write it? No, in
Yeah.
kana, if I have to write it, whether I will use hiragana or katakana. Didn't you mean that?
Yes, yes, sir.
You won't use katakana at all because it's a Japanese word.
Okay.
How will you write Japanese words? Tell me.
Hiragana form.
Hiragana. You'll use hiragana to write Japanese words. But remember, Swedos are finally written in kanji. You use two kanjis to write. Okay. So please don't use brackets, okay? Yasumi. See here in the box there, no? The final thing. Oh, Yasumi. Do you see any bracket there? No, right? So unchanging part, no? You use kanji. And kana for the part which you can't fix a kanji. It's outside the kanji, no? It's like that. So, Yasumi, oh Yasumi wa nan yobi desu ka? Your holiday wa, your holiday. What day of the week is it? Because nan yobi. Now, yobi, yo is a kanji. That you will see later. Okay. Now, okay. Tanaka. I'll read this. Okay, please ask me. I don't see the. It's because I just didn't get what you're trying to say. I thought you're reading it wrongly. That's it. So, Tanaka, minasan, ohayo gozaimasu. Because your question was a good question. Okay, I understood it wrong, wrongly. I thought you were reading that Mizu as something else. No? Yasumu, you are reading as something else. Okay, Tanaka, minasan. What is minasan? Mina means all. Minasan means everyone. Minasan, ohayo gozaimasu. So when is this happening?
Early morning.
Yeah, early morning. Okay. Kyo wa, today wa, nangatsu, nanichi desu ka? Today, nangatsu, nanichi desu ka? What month? What date is it? Are you writing the meanings? Are you writing the meanings? Yes? All of you? Nobody's answering.
Yes,
You're
sir.
busy writing. Okay. So, minasan, ohayo gozaimasu, that you don't have to write. Minasan, you write everyone. All of you, everyone. Ohayo gozaimasu. Kyo wa, today wa, nangatsu, nanichi desu ka? What month? What date is it? Devi. Kyo wa, today wa, today. Gogatsu, itsuka desu. It is May 5th. May 5th. Today, it is May 5th. Tanaka. So desu ne. You know what's the meaning of so desu ne?
Oh, I see.
Yes?
Oh, I see.
Oh, I
Huh?
see.
Recently,
Oh, I see.
Okay, I'll tell you one. So desu ka means what?
Is that right?
Is that so? Is that so? So desu ne. So desu ne. They say it often. So desu ne. In any conversation, they say so desu ne. It's so, isn't it? Oh, you're right, like that. Okay. So desu ne. Sometimes it is, well also. Well, here, kyo wa gogatsu itsuka desu. So desu ne. You're right. Nihon no kodomo. Kodomo is a child. Please write. Child, children. Children, child. You can write children also. Kodomo. Ko is child. Kodomo, children. No, he this. Now I've told you he means day. He is day. So what is kodomo no he means what?
Children's Day.
Friends Day.
That's it. Children's day. Children's day. So this ne. So isn't it? Nihon no kodomo no hi desu. It's Japan's children's day. Okay. Then otoko no ko no hi desu. Otoko no ko is a boy child. Otoko no ko no hi desu means a boy child's day. Why I say day? He. Otoko no ko no hi desu. And if you are saying day, no, you should say he. Okay. If you're saying date, you should say nichi. Otoko no ko no hi desu. So this that is 5th of May is boy child's day. Otoko no kono heels. This year, no, last month, 5th of May at Hayakawa, we had a Children's Day celebration. Many children, we do have many children who are also students. They attend a summer camp, summer batch. Children, small children, students, they bring their children. It was a very thing. Nicely celebrated, big festival it was. So next May 5th, if you bring your children or anyone, please do attend. May 5th. Otoko no kono. Yes, May 5th. Now Raja says, he has a question. So desu ka? Oh, is that so? Is that so? Onna no ko no hi wa itsu desu ka? Girl child's day wa itsu desu ka? When is it? Tanaka. Sangatsu mikka desu. Sangatsu mikka, March 3rd. It is March 3rd. So when is Girl Child's Day? It is March 3rd, on March 3rd. Sangatsu mikka desu. Okay. Sangatsu mikka desu. Then Ashok says, Sono hi wa, that day. What day? Sono, because, see now that sono. Ko, so, ado, sono. Why that sono comes? Because Tanaka said March 3rd. So March 3rd, Tanaka said. So Raja says, that day, which day? March 3rd. Wa watashi no tanjobi desu. Is my birthday. Sono hi wa, that day wa watashi no tanjobi desu. It's my birthday. Tanjobi, 3 kanji words. Okay. I told you, compound words. Tan is a Chinese sound. It's a kanji. Tan is a kanji. Jo is a kanji. He is a, Tanjobi. Next. Tanaka sensei. Tanjobi wa itsu desu ka? That is your birthday. When is it? Tanaka sensei. Itsu desu ka? When is your birthday? Actually, O Tanjobi wa itsu desu ka would have been better. O Tanjobi wa itsu desu ka? Tanaka says, Watashi no Tanjobi wa, my birthday wa sen. But actually, birthday, you don't say the year, right? You don't say the year. But why we have given that year, given year also, is for you to understand how to say the year, month, and day. Date. Okay. You say the year first, month next. Actually, birthday, you don't say your year of birth. So that's not Tanjobi. That's not Tanjobi. Your date of birth. So that's a different word. It's again a kanji word. Sei nen gappi. Sei nen gappi. That is date of birth. Whereas this is Tanjobi. So Tanjobi wa, it's enough if it is Jugatsu, Jugo, Nichi desu, but we have given the year too. So Watashi no Tanjobi wa 1980年 10月15日です。10月15日です。私の誕生日は10月15日です。Here is, this year is given, so 1980. So year is written first, month, year is said first, month is said next, and then comes the date. So Devi says, Watashi mo, even me, 10月です。Even me, that my birthday is on my birthday is in October. even me, October. So watashi mo, even me, October desu. 24日です. 24th. 24日です. 24th. So my birthday is also in October and is on 24th. Raja. Watashi no tanjobi wa ashita desu. So Devi says my birthday is also in October and it is on 24th. Raja says, my birthday, it is tomorrow. Watashi no tanjobi wa ashita desu. Raja. Oh. So Tanaka says, so desu ka? Oh, is that so? O tanjobi omedetou gozaimasu. O tanjobi omedetou gozaimasu. Raja says, arigatou gozaimasu. Naturally, right? Devi says, Raja-san no, now Devi is asking, Raja-san no, not Anata, she doesn't say Anata, she uses a name. So Raja-san no, who is she asking this to? To Raja-san himself. So Raja-san no oyasumi wa nanyobi desu ka? Raja-san, your holiday, on what day is it? Nanyobi desu ka? Raja says, Doyobi to Nichyobi desu. Doyobi is Saturday. To and Sunday. You saw that to, Saturday and Sunday. That is in a sentence, this and this, this and this. So Doyobi to Nichyobi desu. Doyobi to Nichyobi desu. Saturdays and Sundays. Ashita wa, tomorrow wa, yasumi de wa arimasen. So, when you say oh yasumi, it is your holiday. I can't say watashi no oh yasumi. I have to say only yasumi. So, ashita wa yasumi de wa arimasen. Tomorrow is not my holiday. So, tomorrow is his birthday. Raja-san's birthday is tomorrow. He says, Watashi no tanjobi wa ashita desu. And he says, Ashita wa yasumi de wa arimasen. Tomorrow is not a holiday for me. So Devi says, what does she say? Zannen desu ne. Zannen desu ne. What does it mean? Oh, how sad. We say, no? Oh, how sad. What a pity. Why? Tomorrow is his birthday, but he has to go to office. It's like this. Your birthday, suppose you have to go to the school, now you have got an exam. You say, no, oh, how sad. Or if everyone, all your friends are partying and then going for a film or something, and you are not able to come because you have to stay at home to look after someone or something, or you got a test tomorrow, you have to prepare for it. So what the others will say, oh, how sad, what a pity. So that is only zannen desu ne. Okay. Zannen desu ne. It's almost like, how sad. Oh, what a pity. What's a pity? So matome. Now this is a summary of this list. Now see this. See this. 5月5日は May 5th. May 5th. 男の子の日です。It is boy child's day. 女の子の日は girl child's day. 3月3日です。It is March 3rd. March 3rd. 田中先生の Tanjobi wa 10月15日. This becomes there because you're connecting it to the next sentence. So Tanaka sensei's Tanjobi wa 10月15日で、デビさんは10月24日です。デビさんは10月24日です。So Tanaka sensei's Tanjobi is on October 15th and Devi-san's is on October 24th. Raja-san no oyasumi. Raja-san's holiday or holidays. When? Doyobi to Nichobi this. It is on Saturday and Sunday or Saturdays and Sundays. Doyobi to Nichobi this. Okay, I'll explain this lesson again. Tanjobi omedeto. So, birthday wishes, birthday greetings. Tanaka. Minasan, ohayo gozaimasu. So, ohayo gozaimasu, everybody. Kyou wa nangatsu nannichi desu ka? Today, what month and what date is it? What month? What date is it? I'm just giving you the meaning like that. Okay. Devi. Kyou wa, I'm not translating it, I'm giving the meanings. Kyou wa 5月5日です. Today, it is May 5th. Tanaka. So this name. So isn't it? Nihon no kodomo no hi desu. It is Japan's Children's Day. Otoko no ko no hi desu. It is Boy Child's Day. Boy Child's Day. Raja. So desu ka? Oh, is that so? Is that so? Onna no ko no hi wa itsu desu ka? Girl Child's Day. When is it? Tanaka. 3月3日です. It is March 3rd. It is on March 3rd. March. It is on March. That is onna no ko no hi. And next is Ashok. Sono hi wa, that day wa watashi no tanjobi desu. That day, it is my birthday. That day, it is my birthday. Tanaka sensei. Tanaka sensei. Tanjobi wa itsu desu ka? Your birthday, when is it? Tanaka. Watashi no tanjobi wa, my birthday wa 1980年10月15日. So my birthday, it is on October 15th. The 1980 is given there. Devi. Watashi no 10月desu. Even me. It is in October. オクトーバー。Even my birthday is in October. So on 24th, Niju Yokkades. It is on 24th. Raja. Watashi no tanjobi wa ashita desu. My birthday. My birthday. It is 24th. No, it is tomorrow. My birthday. It is tomorrow. Tanaka. So this guy. Oh, is that so? O tanjobi omedetou gozaimasu. So happy birthday. Wish you a happy birthday. Raja. Arigatou gozaimasu. Devi. Raja-san no oyasumi wa nanyobi desu ka? Raja-san's holiday. When is it? Raja. Doyobi to nichobi desu. It's on Saturday and Sunday. Ashita wa yasumi de wa arimasen. Tomorrow is not my holiday. Devi. Zannen desu ne. Oh, how sad. Matome. 5月5日は男の子の日です。May 5th is Boy Child's Day. 女の子の日は3月3日です。Girl Child's Day. It is on March 3rd. 田中先生のお誕生日は10月15日で、デビさんは10月24日です。So 田中先生's birthday is on October 15th and Devi-san's birthday is on October 24th. Raja-san no oyasumi wa Raja-san's holiday is on Saturday. Holidays are on Saturdays and Sundays. Okay. So that was lesson 5. Now we'll read the lesson.
Sensei,
Yeah, please.
Sensei,
Yeah.
when we write these numbers can be written, isn't it like
Yeah.
10, 24?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, only when we read with the,
Yeah.
the
Exactly.
okay, okay. Thank you.
Yes, since I also have a question. So in this lesson, Devi says Watashi mo.
Ah.
So I have seen Watashi wa, Watashi no. The Watashi mo is new to me. Watashi mo.
Watashi no, because what comes after that?
Date. Okay.
Tanjobi no.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My birthday. So watashi no tanjobi.
Okay. Okay, sensei. If after if date comes, then we will add more.
No, it's not like that. It's not like that. Birthday is tanjobi. How will you say what my birthday?
My birthday also.
How do you say my birthday? Watashi. Why you use no possession? How do you say my bag? Watashi no kaba. My book. Watashi no hon.
Yes, sensei. Watashi no, I understood, sensei. Here we use Watashi mo.
Ah,
Watashi-
okay. I didn't.
Yeah.
Watashi no, even me.
Okay, sensei.
Me also, no? That
Okay.
is actually what happened is while speaking. Watashi mo jugasu. Actually, you should say even me, my birthday. So while speaking, we don't say that, no?
Oh, okay.
Watashi no tanjobi mo.
Yes.
It should be watashi no tan, but with the watashi mo, even me.
Okay, sensei.
That's it. It's understood. Actually, what they are talking about birthday, so you say my birthday also. So watashi no tanjobi mo. So see, that is it. You people are actually following it very closely. That is good. Sometimes, see, I may not be able to hear what you're saying. That's why I could make a mistake. Okay.
Yeah, no issue, sensei. No issue.
No, so please don't. So don't think, I should not ask anything. Please do ask. The problem is with me. I might not hear what you're saying. Because you know what happened, sometimes it is muffled, the speaker, I'm using a speaker actually. And I don't know the sound is okay. So when you said no, I took it as no, it is more. Why is this more used? What a good question. Just like that. Watashi no tanjobi mo, it should be that is missing. Watashi mo. Good. Yeah, I think you can take a break. It's time. Take a break. Get back at 7:35. Yeah, we'll start. Huh? Thus, so Christopher San has just asked me a question. Why it is he in some places and be in some other places? So it is nothing. You already know, right? There's a clear sound and voice sound. Clear sound, voice sound. Now, how do sounds get voiced? It's not done with, it's like, nobody has thought about it or made it that way. It is like when two sounds come together, it is there in our languages too. If two sounds come together, the resultant sound, no, there could be another sound coming up. It could be, if it is he, it could be a voice sound. It could turn into, it can only happen that way. A clear sound can become voiced. It can't become a totally different sound. See, he cannot become ta or the. He can only become be. Because be is a voice sound, he is a clear sound. He can become P also. Why does that happen? Why do sounds turn that way? You should see, because it is with some other sound, that yo sound. So tanjo he doesn't work. So yo, see, that is it. The sound, a sound with another sound, that sound should flow over the other sound. This should not happen. The sound should flow over the. So tanjo he. You try saying it, doesn't work. I mean, there is something. Tanjo. But tanjo be. Smooth. Okay. So the sound gets voiced when it is with another sound. Whereas otoko no ko, no, there's no need of be there because it's not with another sound. Jobi, tanjo, he become tanjobi. Whereas otoko no ko and no, it's not with another sound. So it is just a single sound. So it is he. Where it is alone, it is he. But when it is with some other thing, it becomes, that's the reason it gets voiced. It's the same he becomes be. That's it. It's there, and see, in so many, if we just think about it in our languages too, we have it. In Tamil and all you have. Pa becomes ba. P becomes B. Is there. And different languages. No? One language it is clear, it becomes voiced in another language. Same thing. So that is the reason. Okay. Now I'll read the lesson. But another thing, there is no design in the language. This is how it should be. And it happens. The language is like when we speak, it has got its own way of. When we speak, it's got its own way of, seeking expression. No, it's like this. Just think. There's nothing wrong actually. See, we have our languages. We have our languages. So when we speak English, right? So people who are from the north, they speak English in a different way. So many words, they speak it like, it sounds like Hindi also. Do they actually, they don't, when they speak it like that. So when we speak, the sounds find expression that way. So nobody thinks about it. When we speak, we don't say, okay, this is how the sound should come. That is how it has come and that's how it is. Okay. So now let us read. I'll read the lesson once. Tanjobi omedetou. Tanaka. Minasan, ohayou gozaimasu. 今日は何月何日ですか？デビ。今日は5月5日です。今日、そう、皆さんおはようございます。今日は何月何日ですか？デビ。今日は5月5日です。田中。田中。そうですね。日本の子供の日です。男の子の日です。ラジャ。そうですか。女の子の日はいつですか？田中。3月3日です。アショク。その日は私の誕生日です。田中先生。誕生日はいつですか？お誕生日はいつですか？田中。私の誕生日は1980年10月15日です。デビ。私も10月です。24日です。ラジャ。私の誕生日は明日です。田中。そうですか。お誕生日おめでとうございます。ラジャ。ありがとうございます。デビ。ラジャさんのお休みは何曜日ですか？ラジャ。土曜日と日曜日です。明日は休みではありません。明日は休みではありません。デビ。残念ですね。まとめ。5月5日は男の子の日です。女の子の日は3月3日です。田中先生の誕生日は10月15日で、デビさんは10月24日です。ラジャさんのお休みは土曜日と日曜日です。That was lesson 5. Now, you know this hatten, no, that we say, no, development and all that. That Karenda is calendar. You have a calendar there, you see it's on page 36. You have NEM 2020, 2022 NEM. Nisen, Niju, Ni, NEM. Then Junigatsu, Nisen, Niju, Ni, NEM. That is 2022, 2022. Junigatsu, December. Then you see the kanji. This is how the calendars are in Japan. You see Hayakawa calendars also, it's like this calendar. I don't know if you can see this. You can see. The days are like that. Even the watch, you can see kanjis. Sunday, sun. Monday, moon, kanji. Fire, water. Tree, gold, and soil. So you use Nichi, Getsu, all this, you know, the sounds, Chinese sounds you use with Yobi. It's a compound word. Then you have 1st to 10th, you see? Tsuitachi, Butsuka, Mikka, Yokka, all that. So Tsuitachi, 1日、2日、3日、4日、5日、6日、7日、8日、9日、10日. Then you have 20th is Hatsuka. Okay, 14th is Juyokka. 14th, Juyokka. 20th Hatsuka. Nijuyokka is 24. So that your calendar is over. Next is months. How do you say the months? Ichigatsu, Nigatsu, Sangatsu, Shigatsu, Gogatsu, Rukugatsu. Shichigatsu, Hachigatsu, Kugatsu, Jugatsu, Juichigatsu, Junigatsu. Now Yasumi, Natsu, Yasumi. Natsu means summer. Summer vacation. Fuyu is winter. Fuyu, winter. Fuyu Yasumi is winter vacation. Haru is spring. Haru Yasumi is spring vacation. Okay. These are the vacations they have in Japan. Now Yobi, how to say? Days of the week. Nichiyobi, Getsuyobi, Kayobi, Suyobi, all that you know. Mokiyobi, Hinyobi, Doyobi. Kyowa nan yobi desu ka? Today, what day of the week is it? Now you should know hundreds. You should know thousands. So hyaku is under ni hyaku is now see this. Hyaku 100. Ni hyaku is 200. Sam byaku. San hyaku. No. Sam byaku. I told you the same thing. Sam byaku. Gets voiced. So hyaku becomes byaku. Yon hyaku. You don't have to say yon byaku. Yon hyaku. Okay. Go hyaku. Then roku hyaku. The two sounds come together. The two sounds roku and hyaku come, and it turns to ropyaku. It becomes plosive. The hyaku becomes pyaku. Ropyaku. Roku hyaku becomes ropyaku. A syllabic stop there. Nana hyaku. Again, hachi hyaku, hapyaku. And kyu hyaku. So you'll have to remember this. So sambyaku sound changes. Ropyaku, hapyaku. Sambyaku, ropyaku, hapyaku. Otherwise, everything is ni hyaku, yon hyaku, go hyaku, nana hyaku. Okay. And thousands, sen is 1,000, ni sen is 2,000. San, zen. Sound changes. San, zen. Voice. Yon sen. San sen. No, san zen. Yon sen. Go sen. Roku sen. Nana sen. Then hachi sen. No, has sen. Has sen. And then kyu sen. So you'll have to remember how to say these things. Sen, ni sen, san zen, and has sen. Okay, where there's a change of sound, you have to make a note of it. What you do is, this Renshu, no? It's very easy. You can do this. In a notebook, don't write anything in the exercise and Renshu, okay? Don't write anything there. Please don't write anything there. Write only in a notebook. Okay? Why I say? Because if you were to write anything here, it will, get in the way. When you revise and all, no, there will be a big kind of hindrance. Or if you write something here, it will disturb your review. When you review the thing, when you revise and all that, it will not help. Okay. So please don't write anything. Leave this blank. All Renshu and exercise, don't write anything. Write it in your notebook and only use pencils. Don't use pens. So what you do is this Renshu, no? The first question, tomorrow and day after you got holiday, no? Like at least Sunday will be a holiday. So you can do this Renshu. Itsu desu ka means when is it? So nan nichi desu ka? Nan nichi desu ka? So third is mikka desu. You'll have to write mikka desu.
Ikka.
Then eighth is
Yoka.
yoka desu. Yoka desu. Yoka desu. Please write in a notebook. Okay. Start a notebook right now. And notebook should, please use those square rule notebooks, which small children they use, to write numbers and all that. That don't make let it be a medium-sized square. Okay, not those big ones or not too small. So please get yourselves some books like that, about 2 or 3 notebooks like that, so that you don't have to go looking for it. Okay, so please do it tomorrow and then do this exercise. Then itsu desu ka? When is it? So otoko no ko no hi wa itsu desu ka? You have to write otoko no ko no hi wa itsu desu ka? Write it like that. And then you write otoko no ko no hi wa 5月5日です like that. Onna no ko no hi wa itsu desu ka? Onna no ko. You write the question, and after that write the answer. Write the question and write the answer. Onna no ko no hi wa itsu desu ka? Onna no ko no hi wa 3月3日です like that. Tanaka sensei no tanjobi wa itsu desu ka? Tanaka sensei no tanjobi wa 10月15日です. Then anata no tanjobi o tanjobi wa itsu desu ka? You know your birthday, you say watashi no tanjobi wa, you write watashi no tanjobi wa. Whatever is your, whenever is your birthday, you write your birthday. Okay. Then nannen desu ka? You'll have to write go 571 nen like this. Please write in hiraga. Okay. Renshu. Then exercise, you can do that. The exercise also you can do it. Please do it and we'll review it in the next class. Okay. It's not too difficult, that's why. And then another thing, Renshu, you can please do right. So it's easy. Go 171年 800. So go 171年 825年 1632年 1998年 2003年 2021年 for which to do this you can refer to things in the page on your page 37. You got everything, hyaku, sen, all that. So you can use that, take the help of this and then write. Okay. Write in a notebook, don't write anything in this textbook. Then if you really want to, then you have to buy another textbook. Please don't do that. So that is lesson 5. So lesson 5, what did you learn? How to read a calendar. How to read a calendar. You have a calendar, no? What is there in the calendar? How to say the date, year, month, day. So you learned all this. And then next comes lesson 6. Okay, before we go to lesson 6, now it is your turn. You have to ask me. If at all you have anything to ask me, not just this lesson. Lesson 1, you have learned something. Lesson 2, lesson 3, lesson 4, and lesson. Is there anything that you want to ask me? Please ask me. If there's anything, in any lesson that you want to ask me.
Sensei,
Hmm.
while I'm understanding the particle ya, I'm confused with to and ya.
No, to means when you're listing things with to. everything you're saying. That is there. Yeah, you don't say everything. You say a few things only. That's the only thing. When you use to, no, everything you include. When you use yeah, you don't include everything. That's the only thing.
Okay.
What is confusing there? What? Yeah, then I can tell you. No. What do you find confusing there? Then I can answer. Yeah. Because you have a doubt, no? I have to answer your doubt. Yeah.
One second, give me a second, Sensei.
Huh? Yes.
Okay. Give me a few seconds, Sensei. I will take some examples and I will.
No, this to you are telling no. To and yeah. What
Yes.
was so confusing? You just.
So,
Sensei, this is Chitra
Yeah, tell
here.
me.
This question words, certain question words, they are very clear, like nan and but sometimes when it comes to doko, dore, and sometimes it comes donna and all, no? That time it gets confused whether it is saying which or where like that. So how to practice?
So,
I mean,
I'll tell you. Dore means wherever. Dore means which only.
okay.
Dore means which. Okay. Because what is it related question? No, what is it related to? It is related to kore, sore, are, dore. Kore is this, sore is that, are is that over there. And so the related question word, it can only be which. So dore is, we can make a note of it. Dore is which. Doko means only place. Doko is place. That is which place? Where? Doko means where. Okay. Koko is this place, Soko is that place over the which place, where. And dono means which again, but kono, sono, ano, dono. So, when you say dono, the thing is, you use a noun after that. Dono hon, which book. So, dono is also which. Dore
So
is
since
also
we are
which.
using kono, sono with noun, so that question also we use with noun.
Dono, that's
Okay.
dono hon. Suppose I say dono hon, which. But if you say donna, there's another word called donna. Donna means what kind of. Donna means what kind of. Because it is another donoyona. So that is a form of that becomes donna. Donna means what kind of.
Then some dare is also there, no?
Dare is who, which person.
Oh, okay.
Which person? Now you'll say dare can dare desu ka? Huh? Say sensei wa dare desu ka? Suppose I say sensei wa dare desu ka? Who's your teacher? I can say donata desu ka also I can say. Donata is much more polite. That's all. Dare is not that polite. Dare is not polite. Donata is polite. So Japanese has to be spoken very polite, no?
So for who it is donata. Who is that person?
Even dare is who only.
Okay.
See, in Tamil you say no yaru.
Yeah.
It's almost dare. And how will you say respectfully yaru?
Yar only will use, but along with that, yar avanga menku with respect we'll ask.
That is it.
Yar avanga,
Then,
avanga
okay,
yaru.
that respect only is donata.
Okay. Thanks, also.
That's all. See, the whole problem is in our languages, there is very formal, very, very polite. But generally, we don't use it every day. We don't hear it at all. Normally, I don't think you use that polite, but Japanese not like that. Japanese every day, at every time. See, suppose you're speaking to your friend, okay? Both you and your friend are there somewhere and speaking. You'll be using a language, very familiar language, very polite. You don't have to use respectful language to your friend now. Understood? You don't speak like that because then your friend will find it so strange, or she will feel really very strange that you speak that way. So you and your friend speak like this. Then what happens is, then your teacher comes. Immediately what happens is your language changes. Then it becomes respectful. Okay. Then what happens is, teacher is there, then your principal comes. Then it becomes even more respect. So there are so many, there is polite, plain, polite and super polite language also. And do you use this every day? You use it almost every minute of your life, of a day that you live, right? See, now suppose you're working in a restaurant. Definitely whoever comes inside, comes into the restaurant, you'll have to treat him like a king. Understood? So the language you use will be that kind of language. So if you have to learn that kind of language, so you have to get trained to learn that kind, to speak that kind of language. So a shopkeeper, suppose you, see, I'll tell you something, you may be mighty rich. Okay, very wealthy. And you have a big store. But when the customer comes in, his position in, the status, his status is higher than you. Honestly. But once he leaves the shop, then that's over. So once the customer leaves the restaurant, then his status is normal then. Once he comes in the state, he goes up in status. That's how Japan is. So we don't understand this because we don't speak like this. Our culture is totally different that way. And suppose you are westernized, then there's nothing. Totally different. Understood? Here, what happens is, suppose your superior, your teacher, you call him by name in the West. It has all happened suddenly, so recently. Say about 20 years earlier, I don't think this was there, 20 or 25 years earlier, it wasn't like that. Now, not like that. Call people by name. It is not done in Japan. So you say, no, I can't say Chitra. I can't say Chitra. I can't call it. It's very bad. I have to say Chitra-san only. Understood? I can't call you by name. There is a way so the whole thing is, this is the East, where people respect each other. So you go
Here
to
also
Dubai
they
and all
have
that,
some,
you go to the Gulf,
yeah.
you go to Dubai and all, you should see the kind of respect. That is
Here
totally missing there. In the West.
students actually, they call the teachers by name, but they are not supposed to
should
call by
not.
the first name, it seems. They have to call only by the last name. That restriction is there. Even students call the teachers by name, but not with their first name, it seems.
But whatever it is, you can't be too familiar. No, there is a kind of thing. Whatever is the teacher is teaching, right? What does a teacher teach? The teacher teaches something that you don't know. Understood? But you call him by name and all that, then why do you go to him? Because you don't know. And you call him by name. See, in Japan, right? There's hierarchy. Who's at the top? Teacher occupies a very high position in Japanese society. Why, anyone has to go to him, even the emperor has to go to learn something from him. He also has a teacher, right? So teachers are respected in the East. Here, I mean, I'm not so talking of India, but I'm talking of, because they behave like that also, teachers. That's a different thing. But you see, anywhere in the West, you go to the Gulf, you go, they are respected. So why I was saying that is, the language is like that. So we can't, just change things, right, like that. Culture is different. It's okay for them, but how is it okay here? So that is why, in Japan, when you speak, language changes every minute. It all depends on where you are and who you are with. So like that. And what about the question, To and Ya? You have not.
Actually, since I asked wrongly, can you please give some example sentence with va and ga?
Wa and Ga. I'll come to that. I'll come to that. Just give me some time. We have not still come to it.
Okay, sensei.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Wa and Ga, we'll come to it. Still not come there. We only know Va and Ga. Now lesson 6. The To and Ya is okay, no? To, Ya.
Yeah, yes, sensei. Yes, sensei. Actually, I asked wrongly.
Now, lesson 6 is an important lesson for a simple reason that, one, things like these are not there in your language. The languages that you know so far, you don't have things like this. Any language that you know, that you use, that you have spoken, that you have learned, you don't have things like this. So you're seeing something for the first time. Next, you use it a lot. In everyday speech, you use it. When you speak every day, you'll have to use it. If you were to go to Japan, say probably, and most of you are traveling to Japan, that's what I heard, no? You say. When you go there, you will have to use it. So, this is very important that way. What is this? You know something? We have singulars, plurals, right? Number. That is what we call number. Singular and plural. So we say book, books. Pen, pens. Box, boxes. Correct? You have this in even your languages, the languages that you speak. Singular nouns and plural nouns. And you have verbs also singular and plural. Correct? So singular, plural. You don't have that in Japanese. Then there's another thing called the gender. You have 2 genders in many languages, and some languages you have 3. Like in Sanskrit, you have 3. Masculine, feminine, and neutral. Okay. But otherwise you have masculine and feminine gender. In Japanese, you don't have it. So gender and number, you don't have. And linguists say, okay, that is what I have read. Japanese doesn't have gender and number. And why do we have gender and number? To classify. That's what linguists say. I mean, I've read. They classify. Now, Japanese don't have number and gender, but still they have to classify. Classification is what you have to do. Any language does that. But Japanese doesn't have gender and number like we do. Our languages do. But they have to classify. Now, how do they classify? They have something in their language. And these are called counters. Counters. Okay. And counters are also classifiers. They're called classifiers too. That is, some I told you, some books of grammar. They term this as classifiers. These linguists have termed this as classifiers. Counters. So they have to use this. Now, how do they count things? Japanese, they count using numbers. You know the numbers. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, kuju. Ju, ichi, ju, ni, ju. Like this we count. If you're asked to count anything, how do you count? You use the numbers. Japanese also use the number. Use numbers. Ichi, ni, san, shi. After counting, they will have to say what they have counted. That is where everything comes in. So they count like us using numbers. People, how many people in this room? How many people on the road? Count. How many people in the class? Count. 1, 2, 3, 4, like this he count. And is it 20, 22? How many students? Right now 16 are there. So 16. After which, after counting, you will have to say what you have counted. That is where the counters come. They classify. And how do they do that? That I'll tell you. So classifiers. I'll share the screen. Now, I told you counters and classifiers. Please make a note of this. Please don't forget to do this. I told you counters. These are counters. And classifiers. They are classifiers too. They count. That is, after counting, you say what you have counted. You use the counters and classifiers. Now, please write this. Nin. What have you counted? People. Please write nin for people. Write nin and then write people. Persons. People. Human beings. No. People. Persons. Persons. Human beings. People. Okay. Nin. What have you counted? I told you. Die is another counter. Now, what have you counted when you use die? Please write machines. Mechanical objects. Machines. Mechanical objects. Now, what are these mechanical objects? It can be anything there. Those days when they had this die, they had this counters when they you started using counters and all that, right? When the language evolved to that stage, they didn't have electronics and all that, understood? So any machine, so now a watch, die. Camera, die. Car, die. Cycle, die. die. Computer, die. So anything, any mechanic, anything is a, so use die. Home. What have you counted? If you use home, please write long, cylindrical objects. Long or cylindrical objects. Could be long or short, whatever. Cylindrical objects. I'll give you some examples. You can write the examples too. Things you have counted. Pencils, cylindrical. Pens, bottles, the wires, pipes, trees. Trees also look like that, no? Cylindrical. Yeah. Trees, umbrellas, cylindrical. So anything like that. Home. Home. My. There's another counter, my. And what have you counted? When will you use this? If you have counted thin, sheet-like objects. Thin, sheet-like objects. My. I'll give you some examples of things. Your sheets, bed sheets and all that. Sheets. Kerchief. Handkerchief. Okay. Your shirts, your dresses. How do you, your dresses, in your wardrobe, right? How do you arrange it? Like sheets, no? If you go to a shop these days, how do you see your shirts and your dresses? All stacked like this, right? Sheets. So dresses. Okay, CDs. CDs. Any sheet-like object. My. Now co. This is a very these are all general counters, but co is a general of general counters. What is this co? Co means you can say small objects. Any object, any other object other than these things, like die, home and all that. I told you, any kind of object. Co. Like, you buy eggs, co. Apples, co. Bags, co. Lock, key, all that. Co. Small objects. But it includes pieces of furniture also. Co. Pieces of furniture like chairs. Co. Table. Co. Why like that? It is like that. Co. So any small object, any object, like, you go to a shop, buy like eggs, potatoes, onions, all co. In Japan, you don't buy in kilos, and understood. Onions, apples, all this you don't buy in kilos, all in numbers. So co. Onions, you buy one onion. Potatoes, you buy 2. like that. So co. So you can say take small objects, it includes pieces of furniture also. Okay. And co is a kind of general kind of counter. You use it even for, like I told you, bags, co. Next is high. High is a counter. High. And where is this used? You count, cups full, glasses full of drinks. Understood? If you can drink that. Whatever a glass is full or cups full of drinks. High. High. Cups full or glasses full of drinks. A glass of water or juice or anything. A cup of tea. High. Suppose you're having 2 cups, that many high. You're having 3 cups, that many high. Understood? Next comes hickey. Please write this. I hope you're writing this. High, hickey. Hickey, small animals. The animals we live with, right? Small animals. It includes fish, insects. It includes fish, it includes insects also. So ants, you see 5 ants, that many hickey. Fish also. Small animals, cats, dogs. Va. Next is va. It includes, now these are birds. You use it, you count birds, you use va. Va is for birds. You count birds, you see, but 2 crows, 5 crows, so many va. Va. But it includes 1 animal. One animal. And that is a rabbit. Rabbits, you use va. Now there's a story. Why rabbit? It was like this. There's monks, no? This Buddhists, in the monastery, right? They had these monks who were learning or studying to be monks. Many students. So one student, he was a bit very adventurous, right? He used to explore things. So he caught hold of a rabbit, ate it. And he told people, right, others to, his friends, rabbit is really good, good meat. Because those days, the monks, they had to have, the first place, it was vegetarian food. Only vegetable. Then fish was okay. Then, chicken, that became okay. So this guy, what he did was, this chap, he caught hold of a rabbit, ate the rabbit. Now that is a major problem, right? Rabbit is, this animal, it's not allowed, right? So what he told people was, actually rabbit is not an animal, it's a bird. Because rabbit, you can never see it walk and all. You can see it just flying. So they turned the rabbit into a bird and started eating rabbits. And they lived happily ever after. So that rabbit is a bird. So va is used for rabbit. Otherwise, it's only birds. Next. Satsu. Now, what is it you have counted if you use satsu? Books. Any kind of published material. Any kind of published, like, books, even for notebooks. Okay. Then, currency notes. So suppose you have 100 rupees, you have got 300 rupee notes. You have got 3 sats of that 100 rupee note. 100 rupee note, you have 3 sats. Okay, you count how many notes you have. 1, 2, 3, or 4, 5. You have 500s and 100 rupee notes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 satsi you have got of 100 rupees. So satsi is used for currency note source. But for tickets are also printed. Tickets you will use what? You will use my. Tickets you will use my. And for stamps, postage stationery, and postage stamps, you will use my only. Postage stamps, you use my. Tickets, you use my. Whereas currency notes, sats. Books, magazines, all that sats. Then, next. Kai. I've given 1 and 2. Why? Kai. 1. I've written it in Kana this way. Okay. Kai. This is written in Kana. Ka, and Kani, Kai. So 1. Number of floors. Floors? First floor, second floor, third floor, fourth floor, like that. So counting floors. Kai. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. So ichi. But you don't say ichikai, you say ikkai. Nikai. Okay. Next. Next kai. I said kai 2 I have given. That is number of times. So once, twice, thrice, 4 times, 5 times, that kai. So ikkai means once. Nikai means twice also. Kai times. And flow. Now, how do you know which? You have a kanji. The kanji for flows is different and the kanji for times is different. The sound is kai. Then, ken. What have you counted? If you use ken. Buildings. Buildings. So on a street, you have about 5 houses. So that many ken of houses. Then you have sai. There's another counter sai. Age. You're counting age. You say, no, how old are you? I'll say, nan sai desu ka. Then you say, you'll say, tell your age. You'll say your age. And you say sai. Whatever be your age, number, and then sai. Okay, so you counted. So psi, these are some of the counters, these are general counters, understood? Now if you ask me, are there other counters? Yeah, there are so many counters. You know the SATSA I told you for magazine, for new, all printed material. I'll tell you something, there are special counters for everything. For books, for newspapers, a special counter, for magazines, a special counter. But there are so many counters, but these are the general counters. Okay, and there are so many special counters. So how many counters are there? There are so many, as many nouns as possible you got. From what I learned was, what I've read is, so there are close to around 600 counters, but you don't have to close to that. Okay, I don't know exactly how many, but that's what I read, somewhere around close to 600 counters. It could be different. Someone, this is, I read somewhere. But these are the counters which are used every day. So these are the general counters. I told you, SATS has got so many. SATS is used for magazine, for newspapers, for all this, but they've got special counters. There are so many special counters. I'll tell you something. There is a counter for even gunshots. How many shots were fired? There's a counter for that. And then you know that in your lesson you see, Ka. Ka is a counter for lessons. It's a counter for chapters. It's a counter for sections. So you have got plenty of counters, but these are the general counters. Okay, I've given. So I'll just go. Nin is for people. You know that. You have written nin. Die, you know what? Home. My. Ko. The ko is a very general counter. You can use it for so many things they use. Japanese use ko for so many things. Ko. Hi. Hiki. Wa. Satsu. Kai. There's another kai. Then ken. Sai. So I've done the counters. So in the next class, I will go further into this and then do the lesson. So please do the exercise and Renshu for lesson 5 and then go over this again. Remember these counters. So I'll see you again on Monday. So mata, raishu, arigato gozaimashita.
Mataraisu.
Arigato
Gozaimashita.
Arigato gozaimasu.
Arigato.
Arigato gozaimasu, sensei.
gozaimasu.
Gozaimashita.